Coach, what are you spending your open day working on with your defense this week?
A couple things. One, during our scout team periods, the older guys were working on, really corrections from the first few games and moving forward. Some of the things we'll see offensively over the next couple of weeks, working on that. And then in our good on good stuff, it was more really player development. Guys that maybe are up playing but not getting as many reps, getting those guys reps, taking guys that are redshirting and getting them reps and developing them. So really that was more just strictly player development and trying to work on that. So I thought our guys had good energy, good attitude, and I thought we got something out of it.
Has it all been just you and nothing on Brigham Young yet?
No, we actually did a little bit on them today to try to get a head start, so that way when we come back Monday, there'll be a portion of what we want to install kind of already in, and we'll just kind of move from there.
The big plays really kind of broke the game open the last couple of weeks. What were the biggest issues?
You know what? I came out of the game against Auburn. When I looked at it, here's the deal: is it doesn't matter. Like, you could play 8 plays really well, and then all of a sudden bust 2 things and give up 14 points. Because you look at the game, that's really what happened. So, when I first came here, we talked about reestablishing the identity and playing fast and physical and that stuff. And when I watched the tape, honestly, I thought our guys played hard and they played physical. And we did some good things during the game. But when you give up explosive plays like that, it wipes out things that you do well. I mean, it just totally kills it. And the biggest thing I came out of it with is, like I said, I like our energy. I like the way we play. But the biggest thing we have to do is we have to improve our discipline and our trust. And, those 2 things, are going to come with time. We just got to continue to believe in, trust in the sense that trust my assignment, trust that my guys, my teammate's going to be where he's going to be, trust what my eyes tell me, doing those kind of things. So, and we really had a good meeting. I always talk to him about, tell the truth Monday. And really telling them the truth of what we saw and what we got to improve upon. And I thought the players were really good. Because when you go back and look at the game, when you look at 3rd down, when it was 3rd and 4 more, we won every down. And we actually had 2 sacks, a caused fumble that really was a touchdown during that. Now, we didn't have enough of those, from that standpoint. But it's like I told him, I said, if you had a really good job making a lot of money, you would think that you would have a nice house, provide for your family. But if you were, gambling or spending your money carelessly, all of a sudden you have this job, but you have nothing to show for it. And really that's kind of what happened during the game. We play a lot of plays well, but we really got nothing to show for it relative to giving up the explosive plays. And you can't give up those kind of plays and be a good defense. So I think the players understood it. I think that if you're ever going to be really good, you have to always take a critical analysis of yourself and what you need to improve upon. I thought the players did that, and we worked individually on some of those things. So I would fully expect us to be better as we move forward. And to me, the biggest thing is we got to improve our discipline and our trust, and continue to improve in the areas that we, because really at the end of the day, we'd all like to be 5-0, but we're 3-2. We've had 3 really good games, and we've had 2 games that we could play better at. So we need to get back more in line with the way we played well, and really playing well means eliminating the explosive plays. And if you do that, that game could have been really different.
JT's moving up the tackle chart, now he's behind Dez. What is he doing well to get around
the ball? Well, first of all, Dez is a guy that is the leader of our team, but JT is a guy that he's a really powerful guy. He's explosive. He's around the ball, and because he plays the nickel position, he's going to be around a lot of the runs that people run, particularly bubbles and things like that. He really runs to the ball. He brings a presence when he runs, and he's a good tackler. So he's going to be a part of what we do moving forward, and hopefully he'll continue to be productive.
How do you improve your discipline?
You know what? I think it's your habitual traits. I think it's habits. I mean, like you guys see me at practice, I try to be a distraction at practice because the game is a distraction. And you can't be out in practice and everything is ho-hum. You got to create distractions. And, the environment's a distraction. The crowd noise, you got to always talk to guys about, you eliminate the noise. You don't listen to the noise. You got to focus on your task. And if my task is keying this receiver or keying this guard or keying this back, I can't worry about the things around it. You know, I got to focus on my task at hand. And I think it's a little bit of a confidence thing from the standpoint of hey, get it done. I think it's a trust thing and believing in what I see. So at the end of the day, I think that the more we play, the better we'll get. And you know, environments are different. You know, game day is different than spring ball and practice and things like that. So I think that being able to be in environments where you have to really focus on the task at hand or your single job, they'll come. They'll come.
Was that sort of the common theme in the big plays when you were watching it on film?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, when you look at it, it gets down to trust and discipline. I mean, if we become a more disciplined team and trust that, hey, a guy's going to be where he needs to be, or, you know, if I leverage this guy the right way, or if I see the guy release and I play the guy, I mean, just trust what you see, because players want to play. Players want to do things well. You know, you can't get caught up in the moment. You can't get caught up in the excitement of, you know, fans and the excitement or energy you feel. You know, you have to play with effort and energy and do those things, but you have to be exact and you have to be disciplined and you have to trust in what you see. And, you know, it kind of gets back to earlier on, we always talked about, you know, competitive excellence. And, you know, you have to be able to play the game under duress. You know, you got to be able to play when things are happening and doing those things. So I think the more that we play that way, the more confidence we get, and I think the better the results will be. Because when you look at that game, there was a lot of things that were really good in it, but when you add in the explosive plays, it's not good. So, you know, we moved forward, and players understand that and had a good week of practice, and we're excited to play next week and get moving.
Dan talked about he didn't know if there was a good or bad time for a bye week, but did you feel like this was a good time to get your guys?
I think you make whatever the hand you're dealt, you play. Meaning, if we had to play this week, hey, it's good to get back out there. If you don't play this week, then it's a chance to, you know, get some players some rest that have played some snaps. It's a chance to develop some young players. It's a chance to get some guys that we're going to use in the second half of the season, more reps, and develop those guys. So I don't think it's good or bad. I think you just take the hand you're dealt, and here's how we're going to go about it to make our team better.
With Corey out, how have you felt like those other tackles have?
I think they've done a good job. I think Grant's probably been the most productive he's been in his career here. I think Braxton's gotten more of a feel on how to play and has done a solid job. So, and then Trey, I mean, I think that obviously you'd like to have Corey in there because that gives us depth, but I've always said injury creates depth, so when he gets back we'll have even more depth in there. But those guys have done a good job for us, and, you know, they're going to have to continue to do that because he'll be out for a few more weeks. Okay? All right.